Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And this morning, Verizon's Kyle Milady and Manon, the new CEO of the consumer group, she just started taking that position in the new year, presented at the City 22 Apps Economic Conference. So, some interesting takeaways. I wrote some notes. I wanted to give you guys the updates. Um, Very interesting from both sides. From her, what she had presented, and then, of course, what we got on the networking side from Kyle. So, just to give you guys a brief introduction of her, she is brand new. She's been with Verizon for 6 months or so. So, she's ran agnostics analysis. She had to, of course, get in tune with the U.S. market. She was in Canada prior, so she had to get an understanding of how the market works here and what the numbers look like, the ARPU. She just had to break all that down. So she's been busy for the last 6 months, and now she's she's going to state her approach and how she's going to handle the market and what's the new market go-to strategy for Verizon. There's going to be a separate meeting on that from Verizon directly. I don't think she's going to give all that away during any of these conferences that are up and coming. Perhaps we get another analyst day around March, April from Verizon. Nothing announced yet, but we'll see. So in terms of the C-band, what was discussed, which we already know, $100 million at launch. For the target for 2022, he did not guide anything. He just stated, and this is Kyle talking, the CTO of Verizon, deploy as much C-band as humanly possible. He referenced he has the green light on money. He can deploy as much as he can or spend as much as he can deploy. So that's the focus for 2022. Of course, they have to keep an eye on the supply chain, and they have to try to fill it. I'm hearing in Q1 that's supposed to start flowing more normal, and Samsung markets, as they rip out Nokia, they're supposed to fill the supply chain even more in Q1. So more millimeter wave for this year, which I think they will continue to be aggressive on that. One thing he did mention again, millimeter wave, the law of physics, it does not cover a long distance. And he says, which everybody is aware of. So it's more of a small cell approach is what he discussed during this conference. Small cell approach, tight grid, in the urban core, larger venues, concerts, football games. That's where they're going to focus a large part of the millimeter wave deployment, according to what he stated during the conference. What's interesting here, fiber deployment continues in 2022, the one fiber. So there's different deployments on fiber. I'll get into that here now. So the one fiber is the fiber to the site, and then you have radios hanging off the site, and you provide the network as a service. That's what Verizon is pushing. That's where we are getting home internet or fixed wireless, the home broadband. They're taking that to a nationwide scale with this approach. So they go to the site, the tower, they deploy C-band, which is the added capacity that they're adding into the core, and then they are deploying fiber to that site where the radios are hanging off of, and then they own the fiber now, and now the capacity is broadcasting at the speeds that we will see once it goes live. That's the initial approach as to network as a service. Anything else, I mean, she stated, anybody else wants to join us, network as a service, we're open for business. So, Hans said as much last year. So any MVNO, any killer application, they're open for business. So one thing that did surprise me, within the Fios footprint, they are also expanding the fiber there. So that's another portion of the CapEx in terms of intensity that they're dedicating towards that expansion. I was surprised that is actually still happening. They did say that was on the list of priorities for 2022. So within the fiber footprint the FiOS footprint where it currently exists. They are still expanding to new homes. So that's very interesting. I wasn't really tracking that, wasn't too much aware of that. They did discuss that's a priority in 2022. So that's more CapEx being distributed to that part of the business, which of course gives them more tools to, of course, grow and gain revenue there. So she was asked, what's kind of the strategy and the goal for 2022 and 2023? Again, she did not give it all away. Like I mentioned early on, there will be another conference where she's going to give her strategy and go-to-market strategy. So she says the new unlocked capability with C-band and millimeter wave allows her to a new way for a go-to-market strategy. Lots of upselling. So she stated, this surprised me, 30% of the entire Verizon wireless base is now on Premium Unlimited. I'll say this again. 30% of the entire Verizon base is on Premium Unlimited. At the Analyst Day, they stated they want to get to 50%. That's the goal. 50% of the entire base on Premium Unlimited. Very impressive. Very, very impressive. Lots of people are telling me Hans Vesberg is trying to make 40 cups of lemonade with one lemonade. So he's trying to squeeze. He's trying to squeeze the base. It's working. That's all I got to say on that one. There's no need to break that down any further. Is that sustainable? They're telling you it's working. The ARPU is increasing. The base is constantly switching to premium. How they're doing it, the package just works. The Disney bundle, the Apple Music, it's attractive. It gets people to move. So another interesting statistic I've been tracking, I think I've mentioned this during one of the quarterly earnings, 60% of gross ads, so new activations that are coming into Verizon, are choosing Premium Unlimited. I know some of you are going to scratch your heads on how this is possible. They're doing it. They are making it happen. And then she also mentioned that she's not necessarily looking for the switcher pool like what T-Mobile is focused on. She wants to figure out ways how to expand the switcher pool. So she's looking at this from a completely different point of view. I'm not saying that Ronan couldn't have done anything that she's going to do, but she's trying to see, how do I grow the switcher pool, without actually, pulling from the switcher pool that's there now. So she wants to get more people to switch, in other words. So she sees home internet as a huge opportunity to convert wireless, and she sees wireless as a huge opportunity to convert people into home broadband, which they're now, as I mentioned, they're going to compete at a nationwide scale with the C-band. And then she goes on to say the TracFone purchase was huge. It was a gift given to her under her tree. She is referencing TracFone will be used to fight on price in the market. So do not be looking forward. I'll make this very clear. Do not be looking forward for Verizon Wireless, the postpaid side, to compete on pricing. Not going to happen. No price cuts, no 20% off, no free lines. Not happening. She makes that very clear. TracFone, the brand, which is now their prepaid brand, will be used to fight on price. They're not budging. They're not going to cut pricing on the premium side. And if you saw the recent plan changes, they did not cut pricing. Pricing stayed the same. I'll say it again, they are not competing on price with Verizon Wireless. Not going to happen. They will use TracFone. So she thinks the market is healthy. According to the analysis and the statistics, that she saw. She sees Verizon as being a huge growth engine here in the future, with them now doubling their mid-band holdings effectively and contiguously. It's not fragmented. It's contiguous spectrum that they hold in the C-band that they now doubled. So it's all very impressive. It's very impressive updates. They're confident moving forward that they'll be able to continue to grow in the market space, that they have a compelling product and a product that's getting better each day as they add more C-band on sites. Network as a service is going to be very important for them. Kyle stated that in the lab where testing is happening, there are a lot of people, or companies, I should say, that are bringing forth products that are not wirelessly related, but will use Verizon's network as a service. So they are looking at this more in the long term. They are, as a company, of course, completely committed to everything that they're doing. And they really showed us by the fact that they are going to the market with their own fiber that they own, and it's going to their cell sites and their small cells, for the front haul, providing the back haul to the small cells. I mean, it's all coming to the light. So by 2023, 2024, they are guiding, per the analyst day, 50% of their entire footprint will be laid over with their own Verizon One fiber. That's a very aggressive goal. And during the analyst day, Kyle stated that will be the largest fiber footprint, beating out AT&T to the cell sites. So impressive investments to close out the video. Impressive confidence, which of course she is going to have. She's the new CEO of the consumer group. They don't want to come off as a negative starting off, so she's going to be positive. Her go-to market strategy hasn't been fully revealed yet, as I mentioned, probably happening sometime later in the year. But I think she's very simple. From what I get from her, she's very simple. Wireless will help grow the fixed wireless, and fixed wireless will help grow wireless. The good part is they did offer 50% off to customers that bundle the home internet with wireless. I think that's a huge deal. And I do think they have the most and best compelling strategy across the board. They're giving very aggressive guidance. They have money to back it. That Hans said, if they see any opportunity to grow any of the 5 vectors of growth, they will fund it with higher capex as needed, which they're doing now. C-band has a separate fund. That's why it's going so fast. Small cells have a separate fund. I mean, it's all really going at a pace and accelerating unlike ever seen before. So let me know in the comment section down below how you feel about this. Lots of info given, good info. So we'll see what happens. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to the channel. Follow the social media outlets for more updates and interactions. Thanks again for watching. See you guys in the next one. Peace.